Alright guys, I'm about to, for the first time, try this Rustoleum bare metal primer on a hood for a C10. This hood is just a spare hood. It's not going on the main, my main truck, so it's a piece that I can use to study and learn from. So anyway, let's go ahead and see how this goes. I'm ready to tack cloth it. I've already done all my sanding. Well, I didn't do any Bondo work or body work just because, well, I did remove one dent with a hammer and stuff. At least somewhat removed it. So I'm not really concerned about my body work yet. I'm just trying to make sure I can paint. Then I'll worry about the body work. So like I said, this is just a test hood. I've got two other hoods I can use it as well. So let's go ahead and watch this. All right, I also got to go in there and cut the Rustoleum 3-to-1. So let's go ahead and tack cloth it. Alright guys, I guess you probably would like to see how I'm going to mix it up, so let's go ahead and look at that. I've got my mixing container right here. This isn't a sponsorship, this is just a spaghetti jar that I cleaned out. I cleaned it out with some lacquer thinner, and you know, I did wash it with Dawn dishwashing liquid, but this is what I'm going to use because it's got measurements on the side, so I'm going to make use of that. So anyway, I made sure to do that. Also, I'm going to use these Harbor Freight. Well, no, these aren't Harbor Freight. I bought these at Lowe's. This is Shoreline. I like using these pouring spouts on these quarter cans. The tack cloth that I'm using, I bought at Harbor Freight. So, oh yeah, see, well, you can see that number. So there it is. So, just in case if you can't read that, I guess try your best to. All right, so there's that, and I'm going to use some mineral spirits. So, and then of course my primer gun is going to be this, and I also picked up the Harbor Freight mask. It comes in a bag. Make sure you get a large. Pay attention to the sizes because they're not one size fits all. Luckily, I bought a large for myself, and I bought a medium for one of my buddies. And yeah, and here's the bare metal primer that I'm going to use. 360 Garage said to use this, so shout out to him. Bare metal primer. I'm going to cut this 3-to-1 like I said. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get started on how to cut this. If you're wanting to mix paint or primer, okay, to mineral spirits, 360 Garage, the guy on there told me to do it 3-to-1. And when they say do it 3-to-1, that's a ratio. Okay, that means that you're going to do 3 parts paint or primer, set that equal to the number 1, because that's going to be paint and primer 2, 1. Well, there's no way that 3 equals 1, and you're right, there isn't. That is impossible. But we're going to make this a proportion. Okay, so basically, let's say that you wanted to try to use a jar like I'm going to use here. I can only accurately measure up to 18 fluid ounces. So I want to start out trying to go to 12. So let's try to use 12 ounces of paint. Okay, so if we use 12 ounces of paint, okay, we'll put a 12 underneath there. So if this is paint or if this is primer, that's what you get. You get a 12 there. And this is the amount of mineral spirits you need. Okay, so if you cross multiply this, you get 12 times 1 is 12 equals, and 3 times x is 3x. So when you cross multiply, you get 12 equals 3x, and now you need to solve for x. So divide both sides by 3. Now when you do that, that'll give you x equals 4. So this is how much mineral spirits you need. So you need 4. So we would fill this jar up to right here in mineral spirits, and then we would fill the rest of it up. 4 plus 12 would give us 16. And that's probably the best that we'll get out of this jar. So anyway, so we'll do that. So it looks like this is going to be the mix that we'll use. It won't be able to fill up our complete 20-ounce cup, and that's my fault because I'm cheap and I just want to use this. But anyway, so let me show you that. 12 ounces of paint or primer, plus whichever one you're doing, plus the 4 mineral spirits. So we'll say paint plus mineral spirits equals your mix, which is going to be 16 ounces total. So we need to make sure to get up to 16 ounces. I hope you followed along with the math. Didn't mean to make this a math lesson, but I'm just showing you how you can use proportions to mix paints. So that way you don't have to buy those paint cups unless you want to. All right, so let's go ahead and mix this up. All right, so I'll need 4 ounces of mineral spirits. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this, 4 ounces. Actually, you need a little bit more. Might be able to take some off this lip. That looks really good. All right, so we've got our mineral spirits in there. So now we need to fill up. If you remember when we did the math, we needed 12 ounces of primer or paint, whichever one you're doing. So we're going to choose the primer. Now, I've been told not to mix this up, so I'm not going to shake it or anything. But, yeah, I need to pour that in there. So let's get our pouring spout. We got one right here. I just brought out today. Now we need to open up our lid. So let's do that. Yes, buy one of these wrenches from Harbor Freight. They come in handy. And by the way, I've never painted or primed before. I've got a friend that's done it a few times with his dad. His dad's done it a lot more than he has. You know, I think he said he's painted like 5 or 6 vehicles. So, all right. So here's the bare metal primer that we're going to put on some places that are bare and some that have paint. So, all right. Hopefully it won't come off. Now, it's got a little flip on it, too. I guess to let the air come in. That way you can pour it easy. All right, so let's pour this up to 16. Whoa, make sure we're good. Yeah, we're good. Whew. All right, here we go. We're going to pour to 16. And we are... We are at 16. All right. Now on these little pouring spouts, you can actually close them up. So yeah, I mean that's all there is to it, and you can actually reuse it. So wish me luck that this works, because I want to be able to take it and shake it, and everything be a-okay for me. So I need to find my lid. Here it is. Alright, so I'm going to go out in the yard and shake this, and hopefully I'll have good results. Just in case, I did bring another lid if this goes bad. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, it seemed to have shook up just fine. It seems very thin, but hey, that's 3 to 1, so let's go ahead and pour it in our cup. So, yeah. Make sure you buy some filter paper. You want to buy these. I bought these from Harbor Freight, so yeah, make sure you buy them so you can filter the paint before putting it into your cup. All right, so you just put, let me show you this. All right, so you just put this into your cup like so. I'm kind of excited. This is the first time I've ever done this, so I'm actually nervous. Excited means I'm nervous. I'm scared, but it's just a test hood. So, yeah, I hope it goes well. All right, so let's pour this in here. And I made sure to put Teflon tape on my guns and everything. I'm just using the pressure regulator off of my air compressor, and I'm using 2 cheap water catchers. I'll show that to you in just a second. So I'm just using 2. I saw the Goonzquad do that, so I figured I'd try that myself as well. So, alright. That actually filled up pretty well. It came up to about right here. There is measuring marks as well on this thing if you wanted to just pour it straight into this. I don't see any leaks so far, so that's good. Alright, so now I need to put my lid on, and now I need to put my respirator on. So let me do that. Then I'm going to have to take this out there because, yeah, I need to do that. Well, I don't have my respirator secured. That's not good. Maybe I can set my gun down for a little bit. Well, what do you know? That drawer works just fine. Yeah, I'm excited. I haven't planned this. I should have, but I hadn't. Alright, there's my gun. There's my paint. I need my glasses. I need to move you guys. Alright, let me move you guys out here and set you up. Now I gotta wait 15 minutes. I went ahead and mixed up my other coat of primer. Time for coat number 2. That was coat number 2. Yeah, I already got a run in the front. I did that on the first coat. All right, I gotta wait 15 minutes again. I'm gonna put a third coat. Alright folks, well I ended up putting 3 coats of primer on this. I didn't record the third one because I forgot to, but it's just like the second one, about 4 minutes, that's all it took. Rustoleum bare metal primer on the spare C10 hood. So my first go at trying to primer a hood, well, and eventually try to paint a truck. Anyway, this is just a spare hood, not the hood that we're going to use, but it's a spare one. Alright, not too bad. I gotta wet sand it, guy coat it, and then I'm gonna spray it with red, safety red paint with Rustoleum, but that is Rustoleum primer right there. Yes, I didn't fix all the dents. This one was really bad where the run is. This dent was really bad, but I pulled it out the best I could. I didn't want to do any bondoing or fiberglassing on this hood because I just want to spray. Alright guys, there it is. Not too bad. So I might actually put another coat of primer on it after I wet sand it. Just try to make it as good as possible. There you go, my first attempt at using Rustoleum bare metal primer on a C10 hood. Alright guys, you have a good one.